Okay, we have another deal save of the week here. So we just want to talk about deals where they are going to collapse. No, people are going to walk away from deals and we're able to save them by fixing the financing of it. So as we see the stress test move, so to be clear, what happens on every deal is that we have to qualify them regardless of rate based on a 5.25 rate. For years, this is just 5.25. That's what we're qualifying them at. When we have the Bank of Canada rate changes and all the different rate changes, what has actually happened, lasted a while, is that rates have been up where we have to do the other side of the equation. So it's the stress test is actually 5.25 or 2% above the contract rate. So if I give them a 4.5 rate, now I have to qualify on a 6.5 rate. This makes a meaningful difference to pre-approvals. And even if someone has a rate hold before, if you've been hearing from people that that rate hold before will save them from this, totally not true. Especially on insured files, so if clients putting less than 20% down, if they haven't put a live offer in, that approval is null and void. And even on some files when they're putting 20% down. So when a client, well, first of all, very, very big point here. When a client tells you they've been pre-approved, no matter if a rate hold happens, that's not going to change their pre-approval. You can know that's generally, except for in a few circumstances where we're permitted to do that, fake news. So very important to say, hey, look, we need to get a second opinion on that pre-approval. Secondly, this creates a really big conundrum as we see rate changes happen where a client's may have been pre-approved and correctly. The mortgage broker, the bank may have correctly pre-approved them, but we're going to see a situation when they're doing a deal where they may no longer be approved. And when you think about rate changes where it's 1% or 0.75%, this is a very big deal. So how do we save this deal? Back to how we save this deal. So we have a client pre-approved, 20% down, putting doing a 25-year mortgage. How did we make it work? Here's a couple secrets. We extended the amortization. So extending the amortization means a client can qualify. Now, if I'm getting, this is where our little clients get messed up. Let's say if I'm doing a rate of a 5% on a 25-year mortgage, and I'm being offered 5.5 for a 30-year mortgage. Yes, I do have to I qualify the first situation, 5% plus 2, which is 7%. Over a 25-year mortgage, or I qualify the second situation, 7.5 over a 30-year mortgage. The second situation, over a higher rate, will qualify a client for meaningfully more. Now, we take that a step further. This is what we did on this deal, but what we can do is we can actually go 35 years. Now, that might be a higher rate. Well, not might. It will be a higher rate. But even if it's 6%, I'm qualifying them at 8%, which seems crazy. I'm doing it over a 35-year payment. A lot of people do not realize that the stress test is permitted to have your amortization adjusted with what you're taking. So it's not a 5.25 25-year rate. It is actually your rate plus the amortization you're taking. That's going to make a lot of people qualify. In addition to that, you should know that when you're putting 20% down, that's the only situation where you have some wiggle room from lenders on what you can do. So if you have a client saying, hey, your debt rates are just too high, you've been pre-approved before, hey, there is a way to make that deal work. The trick is to extend that amortization. That's a deal we saved this week, and I imagine there's a lot of deals falling apart because of that we can fix today. If we can help you with any deals, do reach out to us. We love to help your clients. And if you have any other colleagues that would be benefited from this, please do share this video. It'd be really helpful for us to get that information out.